Good morning everyone, my name is Isabella and today I'm going to be delivering a training session in food safety. So I'm just going to go around the classroom and ask your names just so I get to know you guys a little bit more. So we can start from this end.
My name's Sheila. I'm Annabelle.
Holly.
Kim.
Olivia.
Carol.
Lucy.
Nicole. Ed.
Zen.
Okay, nice to meet you all. So today learning's objectives are to learn how to avoid cross-contamination, the risks of cooking food and the importance of cleaning when cooking and the risks of chilling if you don't do it properly. So what is food safety? So before you read here, what do you guys think is meant by food safety? Anyone have an idea? Yeah? To do with food hygiene, pretty much basically. So, food safety is a scientific discipline describing handling, preparation and storage of food in ways that prevent foodborne illness. Why is it important, do you guys think?
Because you can get prosecuted if you don't.
Yep, you can. So, first of all, it's part of law. The Food and Drug Administration regulates that and ensures food safety to avoid the improper handling of foods that could spread bacteria and cause sicknesses. So, cross-contamination. Cross-contamination is the transfer of harmful bacteria to food from other foods, cutting boards, utensils, etc., if they're not handled properly. This is specifically true when handling raw meat, poultry and seafood. So how to avoid cross-contamination? It's really 3 simple steps. So the first one is to keep foods and food juices away from already cooked and ready-to-eat foods and fresh produce. Use 1 cutting board for fresh produce and 1 for raw meat, poultry and seafood. And lastly, use separate plates and utensils for cooked and raw foods. So, cutting boards. We've got different cutting boards for different types of foods. And I'm just going to go around and give you a little piece of paper. And you guys are going to tell me, I'm going to tell you the colours of each cutting board. And you're just going to write them down. So you can go. So just write down the cutting board colours that you know, so like red, yellow, green, and all them, and what do you think they're for? And then we'll go through the answers. So this looks like yellow, green, brown, so what do you think? Just think of it like, for example, green. So just let me know when you guys are doing it. Okay, so are we all done? A few more minutes. Done? We'll go through the answers. So, the first one is the blue one. So do you guys know which one this is one?
Would it be like fish?
Yeah. So this one's for raw fish. The white one. Here. Bakery and dairy. Got the red. Got raw meat. Yeah. Next one. Green.
Veg.
Got salads and fruit. Yellow.
Cheese.
Anyone? Yep. Brown.
And vegetables.
Brown. There you go. Now we're going to go through the common hazards in the kitchen. So these are the main ones: slippery floors and uneven floors, dangerous machinery and equipment, heavy lifting, and crowded workspace. So the first one, slippery and uneven floors. Restaurant floors are often slick with oil and water, and in older kitchens the floors themselves may be uneven. All these things can lead to employees slipping or falling, which is extremely dangerous when working with a sharp edge and hot environments. Dangerous machinery and equipment. Commercial kitchens are filled with equipment designed to cut, chop and save foods, and they'll do the same in unwary line cook. The potential for accidents is huge, and it's important to be trained to use equipment safely. Heavy lifting. Sprains and strains can result from heavy lifting in the kitchen, and that leads to injuries. Use back belts if available on delivery or inventory days to help reduce the risks. To avoid this from happening, keep your heads up, back straight, and lift the load with your leg muscles. When putting items down, you should use your leg muscles as you squat. Crowded workspace. A cramped and crowded work area increases the risk of injury or accidents from all sources. Always make sure that walkways are clear and surfaces are clutter-free. Empty boxes and containers should be removed as soon as possible. And you should try to organise the work floor to space your cooks evenly throughout the kitchen. So, now I'm going to go through the importance of food hygiene in a workplace. Every day people get ill from food they eat. Bacteria, viruses and parasites found in food can cause poisoning. Food poisoning can lead to
Gastroenteritis.
Yeah, that's the one. And dehydration, or potentially even more serious health problems such as kidney failure. Food safety is important for the following reasons: prevent cross-contamination, reduce food waste and improve efficiency. Things you must do when working around food. First of all, keep your hair tied back and wear a suitable head covering, example like a hat or a hairnet if you're working in the kitchen. Wear gloves when dealing with food. You don't necessarily have to do this, it's more like if you're wearing a ring or something, or if you have nails, then that's when you should really do that. Do not wear watches or jewellery except from a wedding ring band. Do not touch food directly after touching your face or hair. Do not smoke, spit, sneeze, eat or chew gum near food. The risks of chilling food. So, as you guys may know, obviously food poisoning comes from, for example, if you got hot food, for example, and then you put it straight in the fridge, that's when food poisoning develops, so you should wait for it to go cold and then put it in the fridge. So, food safety is about managing risk. It's about focusing on practices that address risk factors known to contribute to foodborne illnesses. Some practices are more critical, risky than others. Let's focus on proper cooling of hot food. So, temperature danger zone, two-stage cooling. I swear this will be. Microorganisms grow well in the temperature danger zone of 140 to 41 Fahrenheit. Within this range, temperatures between 125 to 70 Fahrenheit allow for the most rapid growth of microorganisms. For this reason, food must be passed through the range quickly. The two-stage cooling method is approved in Minnesota. Minnesota Food Code states, cooks potentially hazardous food, TCS food, foods that need temperature control for safety, shall be cooled, one from 140 to 70 Fahrenheit within 2 hours, and second from 70 to 41 Fahrenheit or below within 4 hours. So, to avoid this, these are the guidelines you should follow. So the first one is, don't place food in the cooler or freezer. Food does not move through the temperature danger zone fast enough if the food is still hot when placed in the cooler or freezer is kept in bulk. Placing hot food in the cooler may raise the temperature of everything being held and may put in the temperature danger zone. The second one is reduce the size of food and divide. So start by reducing the size or mass of food by cutting large food items into smaller pieces and dividing large containers into smaller containers. And the third one is to monitor cooling process. The only way to accurately know the time and the temperature requirement is by monitoring the process. So now I'm going to do a little Kahoot game for you guys. Is it open? See if you guys can get your phones out just to get prepared for this whilst we're waiting.
By the way, we don't have to check it out.
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely fine. What's the teacher? Sorry for this, guys. Is everyone in? Take possession. You guys not ready to go? Are you ready? So, first question is how to avoid cross-contamination. 1. Keep foods and the juices away from already cooked foods. Use separate plates and utensils for cooked and raw foods. Use different cutting boards for each food. Second question, which cutting board is used for vegetables? So brown, blue, green, or red?
Well, no, it's other. We have time to discuss it.
Why?
Don't everyone like everyone? So the third question is, what temperature is the danger zone? So 134 to 54, 248 to 45, 140 to 41, 43 to... Fourth question, how to reduce risk when chilling food? Don't place hot food in the cooler or freezer, monitor the cooling process, reduce the set of food, and divide all of these.
Come on, right?
The last question is, what is the jewellery exception when handling food? A bracelet, wedding band, earring, and other things. So HK is the winner. Who's HK? Oh, okay. And then got Paige in second place and AJ. Who's AJ? Oh, third place. So well done, everyone. Okay, so I'm now going to give you a little feedback form. You can fill it in for me. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this session and learned something from it. So yeah.